Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where murder is not just for the dance floor, it's for wherever Jolly decides she wants it.
That helped.
Yeah, that did help, didn't it? You know what also helped? Bit of bank robbery. Astarion has been busy with his nimble fingers and a number of thieves' tools. What have we got in high security vault number 4? We've got Trident of the Waves. A trident that creates a water surface when it hits people. It can be thrown, but it doesn't automatically come back to you. Nonetheless, pretty cool. In 5, we've got Ravengard's Scourger. No one tell Will, although you can't because he's dead. But this might belong to the Duke. A Father's Diary. Okay, Will was thirsting after mermaids. That's a bit weird. And this just doesn't look like a particularly exciting Morning Star. It's +2 though, and it's got Commander's Strike. You can direct one of your allies to make a weapon attack against foes. Okay. Vault number 6 holds a Mind Flayer parasite. To take control, the Astral Prism heist. And a Shield Steward interrogation log. Gortash, private memoir notes. Wonder if we already had the keys to this one after we murked old Enver. Maybe. Okay, and this seems to suggest that Duke Stelmane had been turned into a Mind Flayer. She had some mutton pie, but it was actually brain pie. And then they found a body with most of their brain missing in Stelmane's rooms. And then a blue and floating Stelmane found this person and made them forget everything. Very suspicious. The Patriarch blackmail files. And skeletons in Patriarch closets. Okay, so basically everyone in the city is up to no good. And someone has left all of their notes in here. Esteemed Mother Superior. So this might be related to the House of Grief. Who owns number 7? This contains a heavy chest, some gold, and some knock knuckle gloves, which give you the knock spell. So definitely thieves of some sort. And then a bunch of toys and whatnot in the heavy chest. Most curious. That leaves us with 3 more vaults to explore. In 3, we've got the long arm of the Gur. A +2 crossbow, which has extra bonus attacks against the undead. That's kind of cool. And then a bunch of gems and whatnot. Can't hurt to grab more money. This one contains Perfumed Days, Passionate Nights. That sounds saucy. Lady Janath's brief but torrid affair with a young scapegrace named Enver Gortash. Interesting. So this was Lady Janath's safe. We'll just help ourselves to all of her goods. And then high security vault number 1 contains the Nymph Cloak, which lets you dominate people. The Spell Savant Amulet, which gives you an additional level 2 spell slot. And some gold. Wonderful. I think that's everything in here robbed. We've thoroughly cleaned the place out. We did rob number 9 last time, didn't we? So there's some cool loot in there. I don't know if there's anything that makes me desperate to make sure I rob each and every vault on my future playthroughs. But there's some good stuff nonetheless. And we got another parasite, so Minty can have that one. Astarion's full. And what's on today's agenda? We've still got to deal with Raphael somehow, probably. We could talk to Mazura about Ravengard. Maybe there's something she can do. Do we care? We've got an artist to free. A Stone Lord to find. A Thrumbo to find, and a Vanris to save. We've got plenty of stuff to do, basically. Let's wander back through some of the parts of the city that we've already been through. You can tell where they are generally because there's corpses everywhere. Did we make those corpses though? I don't remember going down there. We definitely came this way
Have you got anything I can use to bring him
because of all the dead fist. And then we got old gallows. And it looks as though we can come down this way, perhaps. Okay, we actually took a shitload of damage there, so well done, Johnny. Now, what's going on down here? We got Zumbo Pumbo and Phoenix Lubbins. And some other people with silly names. Abelia Tubin. Bunch of dead gnomes and whatnot, basically. Can we jump down there as well? We can. Survival failed. Boo. I thought there was going to be a cave there, but no. It's just a little crack in the rock. Nothing major. So yeah, we didn't cause these corpses. Or at least not directly. But they're here now. That's good. Bit of decoration for the beach. Now, how are we going to get back up? We're only small, you see. Astarion, would you like to jump down? That's how we get back up. Wonderful. Now, are you lot chatting about? What's that weird noise? Bookcases.
And leave our leader, the one who saved us, behind. No.
Can we just smash through these
my honor
bookcases?
won't allow it.
I feel like that would be fun. Hello, friends.
An intruder! These people are under my protection. I'll not let you harm them. Hearken to my words, wicked creature. Return to the pit of evil from whence you came.
I will eat your souls. Ah.
I'll send your head back to your mistress, you wretched scum.
I wasn't joking. Jeez. These people cannot take a joke. Jatlo?
You treacherous bastard! I'll kill you myself.
Okay, turns out
Cuts. Oh, please, not again.
he's actually a red cap. That's cool, I guess. Let's see if we can't shank him up good and proper. Blam. Weapon drops. And now he's dead.
It was the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn hexed me.
Ah. Hello, old friend.
That lying, thieving, shitty little redcap. Oh, I can't believe I fell for a hag's tricks. Again.
This is the last time I save you, understand?
I'm not the helpless brat you met in Ethel's lair. You're looking at one of the realm's finest hag hunters. This group is made of survivors. People like me who've been hurt by hags. I brought them together to fight back. We tracked a hag to the city, but lost her trail. Right after she snatched a little girl.
Any connection to our old friend Ethel?
I bloody hope not. I see her enough in my dreams. No, Ethel is dead, thanks to you. But this one is no less of a nightmare. The moment I started investigating the missing girl, I felt the hag's eye on me. Next thing, I was sprouting wool and bleating up a storm.
Is that a figure of speech? Also, we're talking about Laura. She said her daughter disappeared in the Blushing Mermaid.
That's her! And she vanished in the maid. That sounds like a lead. We'll do what we can to find the girl, but our chances are a lot higher with you on our side. Check the safe in the back. I've done my homework on hags since we last tangled with Ethel. Take whatever you need. I know it by heart anyway.
Nice. We got the Staff of Interruption. That's kind of cool. Although we are weighed down once again. Good to see Connor's still doing well.
Same as usual. That's
Now, what have we here?
I guess.
A journal about making Hag's Bane and a guide to hags. Fire is your ally. Burn the mushrooms to ashes. Interesting. Now, can we make a Hag's Bane? Yeah, we can. Sweet. Can't make any healing potions. But we could make some elixirs. You know, those things that we've used constantly throughout the series. But no. We have inadvertently saved Mayrina once again. Ethel's lair key. Ethel was looking for a book. I guess it's in that safe. And we've accidentally saved the day for now. Does sound like it's time to head back to the maid, though. I believe we murdered someone there earlier. Captain Grizzly. Now, we know a thing or two about Captain Grizzly, thanks to other playthroughs I've been on.
Just leave me to burn. Oh, bloody hangover.
Curious to see what will happen if we throw the Hag's Bane directly at the old captain. Also, let's send that to camp. That's freed up some space, not having all that cash just lying around our person. Hag's Bane. Throw.
You're really silly, Dad.
What did you... Stay down, Vadra! Oh!
That's it. Cough her up, Hag.
No! Stay down! Ah! You cost me a fresh young hag. I'm going to paint the wall with your guts, you little shit stain.
Wonderful. So we've saved the girl. Ethel, though, it seems still does go down into her lair. And we still have to fight all these little shits up here. That's interesting. The main thing is, Ethel's really mad at us. And I like that. Astarion. You like running and punching, don't you? It's kind of your thing. Flaming Pete is not going to enjoy it. Outstanding. Jolly, would you like to deal with Silas? Or at least try to. You'll deal mostly with Silas, I imagine. Yeah. Oh, got an extra attack. Very well. That's Silas nearly out of the way. As for Minty, we could finish off Silas. Or we could start work on one of the others. Or if we used a magic missile, we could do a bit of both. Oh, she's putting Radiating Orb on people, is she? If I'd realised that she was doing that, I would have pinged this guy as well. Sonic Backlash says, screw you, buddy. Open wounds. That's not a lot of damage. Get saved. And you're just going to try and shank Astarion. Oof. Okay, you did some real damage there. I'm not pleased. you a bit of a beating. And then Shadowheart, do you want to finish this one off if you can? Okay. Very well. Astarion, you get to have the pleasure of that one. And then I guess you can do a kick on this bugger. Oof. Well done. Blimey. That was some good damage.
Did they get you?
I'm fine, Dad. What about you?
Stop mumbling. That child is clearly a dimwit. Now let's chug a few potions. Because why not? Now we've got a hag to deal with. She's down here somewhere. I have no doubt. There's also some firewine barrels. That was fun. I don't think it helps us in any way. Oops, that's the way we came. Guess we want to be going somewhere else. Oh, hello. Maybe it did help us. Cool, we're in a lair. Yeah, it's definitely feeling like a lair in here. And there's Auntie Ethel. And now, because I've done this fight once before, I do know how it's going to go. Mushrooms. So, what if we go all sneaky-like? Who's the sneakiest of the sneaks? Maybe Astarion. Separate the crew. Jolly, pull back. Okay. Astarion, please, if you would. Sneak about the gaff. There's a mushroom. Can we just give it fisticuffs?
She's going to die, and this time she'll stay dead.
Okay, we can give it fisticuffs.
If I wanted my growth thing to petal, it wouldn't be you I'd call.
Interesting. So yeah, that has triggered combat, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to destroy all the mushrooms, but alas. Guess we can do a decent job anyway.
Those fungi are worth 1,000 of you, you pissant.
You call him a pissant. Yeah, Astarion's not going to reach the final one. So he can just fire a shot at old Ethel. Now, no one else is actually in combat. Okay. So maybe, just maybe. Can't jump up there? Shadowheart? Too high. Okay. That's a shame. Maybe, though, you can survive a sneak check. No, you can't. Okay. In that case, we will cunningly dash. And we'll deal with this. Or at least we'll mostly deal with it. We'll action surge. Because why not?
No, not my mushroom.
Yeah, get fucked. Can't reach you this turn, sadly. But we've got other friends and who can get into the fight. Guess we can't jump up there, no. Oh well. Maybe we don't jump him.
In the dark.
Yep, we've been busted. Why did you run around that way when it said you were going to run that way, Jolly? Now I've got to use a cunning dash. Idiot gnome. Oh well. Auntie Ethel's in a lot of trouble here. I guess there's not much point in being sneaky anymore on old Minty. Oh, she doesn't even get to axe in time. What a piss. Was this close to killing Auntie Ethel in one turn? Camera? Would you like to stop fucking? Yeah, there's no way I can move with. Let's have a look. Have you got any arrows of, like, seeking or something like that? Did I add an arrow of seeking as one of her abilities? No, I've got a bursting arrow. But I can't fire that. I guess we're going to have to let Ethel have a turn, you know.
Come, darlings. Help Auntie.
Okay, she's summoning some buggers.
You dare challenge Grizzly, Captain of the Blush?
Right, me now. Brass slit you from head
Okay, so Ethel has done her thing. Curse of Terror. We don't want to be frightened, really. I don't usually counterspell cantrips, but I'll make an exception this time.
I'll shank the bastards, Auntie. I swear it.
Command flee. He's probably going to save against that. Now we got a whole bunch of Ethels to worry about. So it's actually more than one turn that's happening right now. If only Minty was a bit quicker on the draw. Okay, let's fly up top. Would quite like to kill her, but we don't necessarily have to now. We've done it.
You little shit.
Sweet. And we got a whole bunch of inspirations by the look of things. A ring for wild magic users. A charm that makes it easier to succeed on death saving throws. And then some stuff that we sold her, I think. Back in, like, Act 1. Astarion, do you want to grab that? Now Astarion's actually encumbered. This is unprecedented. Well, it's fairly precedented, to be honest, but still. It's unusual, to be sure. I suppose we should chat with Grizzly.
I've raided warships, fought every beastie the sea can throw at you, and I've never flinched. Not once. But Ethel? Umberly's tits. She snapped her fingers and had me. I would have died for her. Wanted to. Then you showed up, armed to the teeth. You could have killed me. Been right to. But you didn't. You have an old captain's thanks.
I'd have probably killed you if I had time. But Ethel died too fast. I've dealt with her before anyway, I knew what to do.
Knowing and doing are two different beasts. And one is a hell of a lot harder than the other. You're welcome in the Maid. Anytime. The old girl is as much your home as she is mine. and I'll gut anyone who says otherwise.
Do I have permission to gut people whilst I'm in the maid? That would be
With
a
haste.
greater reward than any gold. Now, this locked wooden wall. That leads through into a bit that we didn't see. So I guess Ethel's minions might have been hanging about here. Wyvern poison. I guess her traps have
No doubt
survived.
about it. This is where the hag must be.
They've outlasted her. So we came in through that way then, didn't we? Let's not fanny around in poison. Let's just leave. And that's the maid dealt with. Where is Laurie exactly? Over there. And then the hag survivors are over there. So we should probably pop in and give people the good news. Let them know that they're going to be safe and secure for the rest of their lives. We won't let them know exactly how long those lives are going to be. They don't need to know that. Maybe we'll check in with Araj as well, see if she's got any elixirs that she can sell us. I'm not seeing any cloud giant type gubbins, so once again she's letting us down and not selling us what we need. That's fine. She's got gold though, so we can sling some of our stuff her way. And here's Laura's home.
Supposed to be a bard or a
Let's see if a snivelling child has made their way back.
You brought her back. You brought back my sweet, sweet girl.
Yeah, I'm afraid she's an idiot, but we did bring her back. The hag was my problem to deal with.
It was everything. I'll never forget it. Here. A token from the pirate life I left behind. Thank you for being braver than half this city put together.
Cool.
Everything is going
So
to
we've
go
got the
right.
duelist prerogative,
I promise.
amongst other things.
That's right.
Let's just leave because I'm sick of that child already. Now we've got other places to go and get praised for our heroics. So the duelist prerogative. It's +3, one-handed blade. When your offhand is empty, you score a crit while rolling a 19, and you get an additional reaction per turn. And on a hit with a melee weapon, you can use a reaction to deal additional necrotic damage, equal to your proficiency bonus. So that's something I was planning on using on Old Jolly, but then we picked up the Dancing Breeze, and it's just worked out super well instead. So, yeah. Not something we require now. Funny how plans change sometimes. Hello, Marina.
She's dead, isn't she? Ethel is dead.
Yep, she's dead.
Yes! Fuck you, Ethel, you miserable old bat! Fuck you for telling me I'd be an awful mom. That I was nothing but a pregnant half-wit. Oh, and the girl? You saved her too, right?
Yeah, we did. She's traumatized, but she's alive for now.
Thank the gods. You hear that, Connor? Ethel is dead. Oh, you didn't change back? You're still a zombie. I thought with Ethel gone... Never mind. I'll find another way to turn you back. Somehow.
Well, you helped me take down Ethel. Give yourself some time to celebrate.
Only a little. But it'll be nice to finally sleep with both eyes shut. Thank you.
And so we receive yet another reward. Advantage on intelligence, wisdom and charisma saving throws.
I think I've decided on your name too. It's after the hero who saved us. You're gonna love it.
Marina's gonna name her kid Jolly. Blimey.
Anyway, we just going to let
Did she not realise that's a very silly name? I guess she doesn't.
What do you think?
She's not necessarily the brightest, is Irina. So, what is next on the agenda? There's the counting house. We've been there. Here's the docks. We've been that way, I think. Well, we've been around the docks. But we didn't deal with this building because we didn't really have to. We popped in and we found that the guy with the submarine had already disappeared because of everything that had gone down. So, yeah. Whereabouts is Thrumbo going to be? Thrumbo must be hiding somewhere near the water. And Thrumbo heard that wardrobes are good hiding places. So are we looking for like a wardrobe near the water? That would be weird, right? Wouldn't it be weird? It sounds weird. Where would it be? We've got a beach near where Umberlee's crew are hanging out, perhaps. What we got over here? We've got a boat. Quarantine.
Warning. Plague risk. Do not enter. This ship is under strict quarantine until further notice.
No, it's not. Okay, maybe it is. There's a bunch of messed up people here. What happened here? They've got a bunch of books about their person. Someone made a deal with the Gloom Crone. Enough gold to last the rest of your life. 6 gold pieces. I mean, it seems that was in fact enough to last the rest of your life. So that's all well and good. Do you have a book? I told Jorkins. You gotta be jorking me. So yeah, something to do with the crone. Everyone looks ill. Well, they're all very ill at this point. Okay, was this a fist? Yep, the crew were dead. Results of poison or pestilence. And whatever happened here ruined their day as well. Okay, so this guy also made a deal with the crone at Crone Island. Didn't work out well for any of them. And there's a chest. Okay. It's got some random loot. I love that. It's also got a cursed imp. Caustic retort. Whenever you take damage, reflect it back at your attacker threefold as acid damage. Okay. That sounds terrible. Why would we want to deal with this thing? I mean, you've got no choice but to deal with it, I don't think, at this stage. Sweet. That's how we deal with it. The ocean might be cursed now, but that's not our problem. So that's the quarantine dealt with. We're heroes once again. But I am kind of curious. I want to look over there at this beach. Because I'm looking for a wardrobe. It's possible I should be looking closer to Mr. Carrion's place, but we're here now. We're generally welcome around here. Funeral's still going on. Not much in the way of wardrobes. So maybe we try again. From this end of the city. I guess we were a bit preoccupied murdering most of the Flaming Fist when we were here last. Maybe it's a good idea just to teleport down to Heapside. Not seeing anything down here that would suggest there's a Thrumbo around. This is another of those quests I've never completed, and I'm beginning to see why at this stage. Yeah, this might be one of those situations where I have to look it up to see what we do next. But we can certainly go into the sewers, I know that much. We've got business we can tend to down here. Aid the Underduke. So can we help the Underduke, the Stone Lord? Is that an option that's available to us?
That might be worth a look.
wonder if there's any barlists down here still. If they've all fled now that Orin is bested. Or maybe they work for me now. That'd be nice. No entry, no exit. Boom. Get entered. Ah, that leads back to the old Nine Fingers. Wonderful. I don't know if you can get in trouble for walking through a door that's destroyed. But we've got no real reason to cause bother with old Nine Fingers at this stage. Now, where else might we want to go in the sewers? This way leads to some barlists. Those ones are our chums, aren't they? Because we helped them kill a bunch of fools. Those fools. Yes, hello friends. It's me again. And then we've got the old thing there that we can tug to get about the gaff. Now, what's this way? Looks like we've not been this way before. Oh, we've got a waypoint. Sweet. Which waypoint is that? City sewers. Okay. Is there much going on in here? Just looks a bit grimy is all. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot going on there. But we can come up here, where it's looking a bit greasy. We don't mind a bit of grease. A bit of oil. Well, some of us might do. Yeah. Oh well. Now, what about you lot? Grease methods. And grease.
What's this, cousin? Another absolutist come to see what we did to poor old Sarin. Your god took her mind, cultist, so Bereki took her head, and I burned the flesh from her bones. And now you come to interrupt the funeral rites. I
have no idea who you are.
Yes, cousin. An excellent idea. Cousin says we will take you in return. He says you look just like kindling for Sarin's funeral pyre.
Cousin looks like he fell out of an Aboleth's ass. Are you sure you're related?
He is clan, summoned in the place of the friends that I lost. Sarin, Bereki, and I, we were the three finest thieves in Baldur's Gate. We broke into the offices of Gortash, discovered he was with the Absolute too. Your fellow cultists hunted us, so we hid down here. We were safe, and so was our loot, until the darkness soured Sarin's mind. She kept our treasure from us, said Bereki and I had gone strange.
Surely not.
Hush, cousin. Sarin turned into a cultist herself, so we did what we had to. Bereki wept until his voice was gone, and then he was gone too, leaving only me to conduct Sarin's rites. And my cousins here. You cannot conduct the rites without a clan to bear witness, or some fuel for the fire.
Your paranoia already killed Sarin. You're so keen to follow her.
I cannot. I am the last of us left to do the rites. I must do the rites. Pass then, and do not come back. This is Sarin's final resting place, and a killing ground for all who come to disturb her.
Alright then. That is a big old bunch of weirdos up there.
supposed to be doing?
Wizard told us to watch for troublemakers.
But we are troublemakers.
What would happen?
And keep your mucky little peepholes peeled.
Get up, you two. What would happen if Astarion was to just throw a fireball over there? I guess that's predictable enough. That's what would happen. Now that's a chasm. Interesting. See you later, goop. It can't be shoved very far. So maybe we won't shove this one. We'll just sort of stand over here. Or maybe we'll fist it. Oh no, we've moved too far now. Okay. Stab. Maybe... Boom. Wonderful. Possibly blind? Okay, that's saved. I'm not even sure if you can blind an ooze, because why would you, really? So that's that bugger out of the picture. That's that bugger. Equally gone. Now this lot are going to faff about. You're going to summon more Mephits, are you? Wonderful. What shall we do? Everyone's kind of a bit far away from us. At least we can frost that one a bit. Now he's going to fireball. Okay. Counter spell. Eat shit. These grease elementals are probably not up to much. They have kind of blocked our way. All these buggers. So I guess we better just smack them about a bit. That's that one out of the way. Shall we... No, we can't bounce. We could risk some opportunity attack. And sort of sneak up here a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Stand next to this friend. Now, Jolly. I doubt you're going to be able to kill this one by yourself. Especially not if you're going to miss things. Absolute numpty. But again, you can just sort of sneak past everyone. And then Shadowheart can do good damage, one would hope. Not enough to kill. But yes, good damage was done. And then Minty can possibly finish that one off. Nope. Call the weak. Didn't trigger. There it goes. Wonderful stuff. And now they're all going to do a bunch of faffing around. I'm generally in favour of things being put up the Absolute's ass, but still. This guy needs to die. He summoned far too many Mephits now. This fight could take all week. Oh wait, where did that fucker come from? A lava elemental? No one told me about lava elementals. Did you cause this? Dick. Sweet, that has dealt with a lot of the enemies. That guy wasn't even a real enemy. It was just one of the young'uns, but that one's real. So down it goes. Now Jolly. That young one's still alive. Oh no, that's a real grease method. Okay. Down it goes. And then these two, that one's pretty weak. Nice.
On I go.
Definitely thinning out the numbers. I think the methods were a big old pain in my butt at one point in the game. Now they're just a bit shit, really. Greaseball survives. That actually did some damage, I think. But it's still going down. Victory is ours. Now, you are just an absolute cultist. Capture orders. The wizard is a lunatic who already murdered one of his close companions out of sheer paranoia. It's likely no one would believe his tale of tadpoles, no matter what truth we saw. We'd end him all the same. So, yeah, no one was going to believe him because he was a raving lunatic. But now he's dead. A cinder moth cloak. Sets people on fire. Court staff +2. It's a big stick. And then Saren's skeleton. Insert item. I suppose we could have inserted like something explosive and then lit it on fire or something like that. Maybe that's what he actually wanted us to do down here. It's not how it's gone down, obviously. So yeah, Saren said they were acting crazy. And they probably were. What a ridiculous turn of events this was. It's got us no closer to the old Stone Lord though. But maybe we'll find the Stone Lord next time. I do hope so anyway. And I hope you'll be there for it as well. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.